Hello, hello. It's been a minute. I hope everyone is having an amazing night or morning wherever you guys are from. I'm doing pretty good. I do apologize for the background noise. I do have my window open. It is summer after all. I hope that we get a couple more people in the live. It's been so long since you've been live. Absolutely. I've been pretty busy with my school program and I'm getting ready to go into college. So it's definitely a pretty busy time in my life currently. But I am still creating pieces for you guys and I'm sure to have a piece done for you guys pretty soon. Hopefully. Today I'm just doing a couple sketches or little mini drawings of foods. I'm trying to practice a little bit on my realism. I also have a live counter up on the side here. Sadly, you guys can't see it, but I can see when you guys subscribe and your guys' activity. So feel free to join my community. I would love to have you guys here. And if you are new here, feel free to check out my page. I just started a realism this year, so you guys get to see that progress as I progress in realism. I wish they had Procreate on Samsung, it sucks. There's a lot of good art apps out there. It kind of just really depends on your preference with brushes and not utensils. Oh my lord. Tools. Mainly tools. A lot of art apps do have the same tools, but it really does depend on your preference. I also have a couple references here I took off of Pinterest that kind of just help me with lighting and obviously the sketch as well. I tried to do mine a little bit different, but I'm going to learn how to draw a egg. I got bit by a tick. I'm scared I might have a virus. Oh no. That's horrible. Yeah, bugs scare me. I don't care if the bug is tiny, has multiple legs, less legs, I really don't care. They're scary. There is currently a spider in my kitchen. I don't know where it is. You know, funny thing, I actually found a spider earlier in my windowsill. It was a jumping spider, but it did not jump, it did not escape, guys. Not from my grasp. There's a thing called an alien worm, I think that's what it's called, but it shoots out weird gooey slime. I've never heard of that. Sounds very interesting. Yeah, if you guys are wondering, I am currently using Procreate. I used to use IBS Paint, which is also a really good art app. Have you seen the new Backrooms movie? I have not. I actually did want to go see it, but I ended up going to see Obsessions instead, or Obsession. Um, that was also a good movie too. It was a little creepy, I would say. Scream 7. Yeah, I haven't seen the new one either. Yet again, if any of you guys are new here, my name is Mochi. I am a digital artist on YouTube and I currently study realism. I have been drawing for about 8 to 9 years now, and I would like to inspire young artists to keep going with art and find their style. I do want to end up doing videos in the future to help you guys out with lighting or shading, any of those type of aspects. Scary Movie. I haven't seen that one either, or at least the newest one I haven't. I'm not worried too much about the color being a little bit different, or at least the shape of it, because eggs are very imperfect. I do want to do some fun things for you guys these upcoming seasons, like Halloween and also, of course, Christmas. Last year, I did a advent calendar for you guys. I would like to do something similar, but I want to do a bigger piece if I can get myself to do that. I haven't drawn like scenery or anything like that in a very long time. I also wanted to go live to get to know some of my new followers, and it's okay if any of you guys obviously don't join. This will be uploaded later on tonight, or hopefully sometime tomorrow. Stylus pen, however you spell it, like crests wavy lines when I go straight. It sucks for drawing. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend a stylus pen. I did use one a while back when I first started realism, or not realism, but art, and they're just really not that great. I did start drawing with my phone and my finger for like the longest time, which also sucked, but I managed to do it somehow. I definitely will have much more time on my hands. I will be graduating very, very soon. So maybe I'll start doing lives where I work on realism and talk to you guys. '80s animatronics. Those are super cool. I pretty much like a lot of the stuff that are from like the '80s or '90s. Kind of sucks that most of us weren't born back then. I mean, they honestly really do have cool stuff. My technique here is to try to build up the colors and to blend it out after I think it is built up good enough. Secret Small Door. It's a '90s coloring book. That is really cool. That's an amazing find. Let me know if you guys would like if I started to upload videos, kind of educating you guys on art techniques and just learning things and how to become a full on artist. In my eyes, everybody is an artist. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, but it is definitely worth it. I've definitely been a little mad at YouTube lately, considering they have changed their algorithm a lot since last year. And it's definitely like really tough on artists or just anyone in general that are working within that creative energy and having to upload videos and work so hard on that and just general is super duper hard. Never really shows up in the algorithm like it used to. I'm totally a beginner and will need that. Even then, even as I kind of do know realism now, it's still kind of hard on me sometimes learning. I pretty much am learning new things all the time. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, please help me out and please do so. It does help me out a lot and kind of gets the video out there more on the algorithm. I've also recently been thinking about getting a Instagram for my art page, but sometimes I get scared because I see a lot of art getting stolen mostly on Instagram more than YouTube. And although that still can happen on either platform, it's just it's very, very scary for an artist. Very devastating, I would say. Yeah, I would never post anything on my personal account just because, like, everybody else has their own personal life that's too personal for you guys to actually, so I'd probably make my own art account and hopefully, I don't know. It's something I think about. Thank you so much, Frosty Cake. Thank you. I think it would be a great way to gain more subscribers on my YouTube, but at the same time, I just like the inner me does not want to risk having my art stolen. Honey Mango, I've never heard of that. Right now, I am just getting the base colors down. I have truly never ever in my entire life drawn an egg before, in any style actually. So this is going to be a little interesting. Next time I go live, I will try to have some non-copyright music in the background for you guys. I was going to do that this time, but I could not find one that I really, really liked. I'm kind of picky when it comes to background music. Hello, welcome, Carlos. It's been a very, very long time. To me, honey mango taste is like a sweet carrot and it slowly becomes a banana. That is a very interesting way to put that. If any of you guys are joining a little bit late, I am just practicing on realism a little bit. I am putting down the base colors currently. I got the notification twice apparently. Yes, I actually did go live earlier and it's like glitched out for some reason, so I had to restart the live. I hope you guys are having an amazing night. And if any of you guys are artists, feel free to draw with me. Whether it is something you're currently working on, a new piece. Consider that a way of inspiration because I know sometimes we get art block and it's hard to pick ourselves back up on new pieces. You sound the same. Well, I didn't get that old since the last time, or at least I want to hope not. I'm currently just drawing it randomly, lines and stuff I don't know how to draw. Everybody can draw. Never say that. It doesn't matter what level you're at with art, or even if you know how to draw stick figures, that's still art. It's still another form of art, whether it's even a circle is art. If you know foundations of shapes, then at some point you're able to actually learn different skill levels of art. The best part of an egg is the little brown ring around it. I absolutely agree. Yeah, my skill level right now is I'm still learning a lot of things with this style, so it does take me a little bit of a longer time to create pieces now. I would definitely say that, and you guys definitely know because it's been a long minute since I actually posted like that, which hopefully at some point I will be skilled enough to actually post 24/7. Is blur and blend the same thing? Absolutely not. Although some artists do use that as the same technique, um, blurring is kind of just blurring it out. You can make it, let's see if I can actually show an example. So obviously this is blur. You can use that to blend things out, but as you can see, it's not as blended. No matter how much you blur it, it'll make it look super, super patchy. Blurring it is definitely not recommended, unless if it's maybe like a sky or something else, but if you're blending things out, I would recommend using a blend tool. Yet again, if any of you guys are new here, please help me out and subscribe. I would love to have you guys here in my community. I'm also trying to hit 3,000 this year. Hopefully it happens. It's happening very slowly, but if not, there's always next year. What do layers do? Well, I actually have an example here. I know you guys can't really see it as much. It's kind of in the corner here, but basically layers, let's say if I'm working on two sections at a time and I don't want anything to smudge together or I want things to keep it separate. For instance, right now I'm doing the white part of the egg. If I am drawing right now and I draw over the egg, it's not going to be on that yellow part because it's a separate layer. But it does show up on here, it's just underneath the yellow part. Some people don't like to use layers. I did not used to do that at all. But once I got into realism, it definitely became very, very handy. I'm still trying to hit 30. It does take a lot of time. I think I've been posting for maybe about 6 years now or more. So 6 years, and sadly, a huge progress, but not where I want to be just yet. I do have a lot of fun things that I want to do for you guys during Halloween. A lot of fun characters I think would be super, super fun to draw. And like I said earlier, I do have some ideas for Christmas as well. It took Mr. Beast only 17 years to hit 500 million. Yeah, everybody's YouTube story is different. Sometimes it takes people a few days, even months. Sometimes it takes longer. It really just depends on the algorithm and how YouTube treats you. If anyone is wondering what brush I'm using, I am using the flat brush. It is originally in the painting section, but I have my own favorite brushes that I tend to use a lot. I do want to get more into maybe gouache brushes or even a watercolor, but I just love this brush so much. I'm going to block out some more colors here, and then we will get to the next step, which is step 3. I actually did have one art video idea, which is doing things like this, finding a whole bunch of, like, what are these called? I'm not exactly sure. Step by step how to draw things on Pinterest and making that into a video. I've had a couple ideas, but I am trying to figure out how to do all that editing stuff. It looks like there's a tad bit of blue in there. Like a very, very light blue. It's hard to see on camera, but I can see it. It's a very, very light blue. What is your favorite part of Procreate that IBS doesn't have, or just your favorite part of Pro? Honestly, I don't really remember much of IBS, which is very, very sad to say because that is my first drawing app. but I feel like Procreate definitely has more tools available to you as an artist. And then obviously IBS has a lot of good tools on there as well. But I really just like a lot of the brushes and the tools, especially the brushes. I feel like there's more brush options. Like if you're into painting, there's way more painting brushes, or they even have a lot of textured brushes as well. I honestly think both apps are good, but I don't know. Accidentally grabbed a different brush here. Bro, the type of Brandon that my little brother watches is so unhealthy. Goodbye. I hope to see you next live. I think we're almost getting ready to blend here. I'm just trying to shape out some of those shapes that I engraved into the egg. I'm also going to add a little bit of a darker edge here on the top. It looks like they also added some here on the bottom. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my smudge tool here, or my blending tool. I like to use the round brush in painting. I use that for literally everything, and I kind of have it on a low capacity just so it doesn't blend too much. I might add a couple more colors in here just to have that blended out or look more blended out. If you haven't liked the live stream yet, please help me out. I am trying to reach 3,000 this year. A little bit on a bumpy ride, but hopefully we can meet that goal. Sometimes when you're getting into complicated pieces that have hard shadows or light, sometimes you just have to trust the process because sometimes it looks sloppy and then towards the end it tends to end up looking good. I'm going to blend out the yolk here. And I'm going to actually put this down a little bit because these are definitely smaller. If a tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? That is a very interesting observation. But you do got a point. Ooh, a avocado. That is actually a really, really fun thing to draw. I haven't drawn one yet, but I've seen people draw them, and it actually does look really fun. I don't know why I didn't choose one of those for one of my drawings for today. 'Cause that actually would have been so much fun. I'm going to fix up some of the edges here. Now what I'm going to do is slightly blend that out on the edge. I don't want it too blended out because I don't want it to look like it's merging in. Yet again, this is only the base layer. We still do have 2 more steps. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a clipping mask. And I'm going to add harder shadows. You're waiting for the waiter, does that make you the waiter? I have never thought about those things before. This is also another layer that I'm going to have to blend out. I'm gonna make my brush just a tad bit bigger. It's a little bit too big. It also looks like they started to add more white in there, so I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to keep some of the underlayer color just for those shadows. Is there a tool to get like a perfect circle but like on an angle, if that makes sense? I don't exactly remember if or how to do it on IBS, but on here you can just, let's see if I can grab a different color actually. I'll do a green. On here you could just do a, why is it not doing that? There we go. You do a circle and then you hold down and then it'll just reshape it for you. So I'm not exactly sure if IBS does that as well. I don't quite remember. I used to just look up stuff like that because I had no idea how to do that stuff either. I'm going to add some extra things here. I'm going to add some more white. Definitely still at that ugly process right now. If you guys are ever working on pieces and you want advice or help, or even just to show me, you guys could always upload it to my community. I love to see your guys' art pieces and see you guys progress. No matter if you are following a tutorial or doing something like this, or even drawing your own art, the trick is to build up the layers as much as you can. And that's exactly what I'm doing here, is layering until it starts to actually look realistic. I'm going to make my brush size a little bigger here. I'm going to add in some of this color here, or actually I'll keep doing some of these little marks. There definitely is a lot of blues and kind of toned down tans in here. So I'm just working in some of those colors. Almost done with step 3, and I'm getting closer to having to blend this all out. The food I ate is doing something weird with my stomach. Uh-oh. Adding in some more white here. If I want to make a shadow, do I have to make another layer or no? You don't necessarily have to, but I like to do it. A lot of other people like to do it. It really does help out to an extent. I'm adding in another little green spot over here. I'm going to go back to this. Now on this layer, I'm going to start blending out some of these lighter colors and the shadows. Trying to make this look as realistic as possible. It's okay if it does look a little bit cartoony. I'm not too bothered by it. I think the fun part about drawing is definitely the blending out part, seeing all the colors blend in with each other. Let me know what I should draw next live stream. I do kind of want to keep it a food theme, so should I do breakfast foods, lunch foods, breakfast, desserts? I could do anything. Let me know what you guys want to see. My pencil was dying on me, guys. Brick of ramen noodles. That's very, very interesting. That'd be a good one. I'm going to blend out this yolk a little bit more. One singular grape. I'm going to add some more highlights here to the outside of the egg here. I do apologize for my sniffing, guys. It is allergy season for me. It doesn't have to be breakfast, no. But I could keep it a breakfast theme. I could do other food items. One singular piece of bread. I'm going to blend this out just a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do, this is going to be the fun part, is adding highlights and extra details. Does this look like it's starting to get a little realistic? At least a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. One singular noodle. One singular crumb. You guys are hilarious. I'm going to start adding some highlights to the yolk here. I think food is definitely one of my favorite things to draw. I honestly have no idea why. It's just really relaxing to me. Actually, my first ever drawing, which I don't really show on YouTube itself, but my first ever digital drawing actually was a banana, I think. Either a banana or donuts, one of the two. It was either donuts or a banana, but I'm not exactly sure. I had a different phone at that time, and when I transferred things over, it kind of messed up some of the dates. Yeah, it was one of the two. I'm not exactly sure if it was the donuts or the banana. I'm not exactly sure. So sometimes I go based off of both. Because I'm pretty sure I made those drawings that same day as well. I think I might add a little bit more white in here, mainly because it just looks a little bit too toned down. I'm going to add some details up here as well. What's some new movies you guys have seen recently? I went to go see Toy Story yesterday. Mortal Kombat 2. I haven't really been seeing many movies at the moment, sadly. No, I absolutely get that. Sometimes you just have to be in the mood for it, or sometimes it just things happen, you just can't do it for real. Hello, welcome. If you are new here, please help me out. Subscribe if you're interested in art. My goal is to get to 3,000 by the end of this year. Growing up is taking forever. I have a deformed pit for my avocado. I tried doing black against the brown without doing another layer, so now some of the brown gets erased and now it's deformed. Uh-oh. I think I'm actually going to do a add layer maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll just do normal for now and blend this out and see how it looks. Thank you so much, Flame. I've just given Little Caesars a job application today. But that's very exciting. Pasta salad. I love pasta salad. Going to turn this down just a little bit for these smaller details. I'm also going to be adding some more colors to the crust area as well. Oh, I completely forgot. How have you been? I've been doing pretty well. I've been very, very busy trying to complete my program, and I will be moving on to college soon. So I'm just trying to get that out of the way, and as soon as that's done, I'll probably have much more time to draw and do lives, which is very exciting because I missed doing them. I'm going to touch up some of the colors as well. It looks like they added a little bit of a darker green. Congratulations. That's definitely a very, very big achievement. Yeah, my pen is probably going to die here pretty soon as well. But thankfully, I am almost done with this. Just adding in some deeper brown here for the crust. It's so quiet. I am definitely in focus mode right now. I think I'm going to add maybe a little texture. I feel like it's missing that texture look to it, or like those bubbly effects. So I'm just gonna look around for a good textured brush. I really want to fall asleep, but I can't because of a routine I have. I think I'm going to maybe add a little bit more darkness on the corner here. It did get blended out just a little bit. Guess what? What's up, Carlos? I was out of like watching you like the video on my screen, right? If that makes sense. And I thought like you said that and not a comment. I was about to say what routine. Just adding up final details or whatever I think it needs. feel like it does need a lighter details. So I'm going to go back in with highlights here. I'm going to select a different brush actually. Sometimes I like to use a syrup or script brush for highlights. I just feel like it makes highlights look much better. So I'm going to go back in here with some of these whites. How many brushes do you think per category are in there? Um, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it kind of varies a little bit, so I want to say maybe 10. I'm not exactly sure. It really does depend on the category. I'm going to go in with my blend brush again, but since I added smaller details, I'm going to just blend around it. I feel like it's definitely missing something and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't know if it needs more shadow. More burnt is crazy. I don't even know how I managed to change my blending tool. I'm going to see if I can add a texture near the crust a little bit. Gonna go through my brushes real quick. I'm trying to do like a little bubbly crust effect near the crust, trying to find a good brush that will replicate that. I think that looks pretty good. I feel like I could have made it look a little bit more realistic, but it's not that bad for my first ever drawn egg. I am going to add a little bit of a shadow like how they did. But I'm going to knock out. I'm so tired. Have an amazing day, Mochi. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to end the live soon here anyway. So I'm glad you were here for most of it and sleep well. Yeah, I definitely do not like that shadow. I think it kind of looks good by itself, but I feel like it does need something more on the edges. So I'm going to just do that real quick. I'm going to blend that out as much as I can. I definitely feel like that made it look so much better. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like it does maybe need a little bit more texture in this area specifically. It's definitely not the best egg. Hear me out, it looks like an egg. I tried to make it look like an egg as much as I could. Feel like maybe it could use a little bit more shadow in some areas. But it's definitely not that bad. I mean, I've seen worse. Alright. So I am going to add more foods on here, hopefully at some point during my next lives, but that is my egg. I made it a little bit smaller so I know it's a little bit harder to see. It's not super realistic, but it's what I could do. And hopefully next time I can maybe possibly make the next one even more realistic than this. And I am super glad to have you guys have joined the live today. And hopefully next time I get to have more people join the live. Thank you so much for joining and watching. And I will see you guys next time.